Hi, it's TK with the Weekly Words of Encouragement. We're starting a new series on the parables of Jesus, and I'm so excited to join you on this journey of finding encouragement in some of the parables Jesus shared during his earthly ministry. In this video, we will discuss background information on what constitutes a parable and why Jesus used parables to teach. In a separate video, we will dive into the first parable of the series. That video also releases today, so it's available wherever you found this one. Okay, let's talk about parables. The English word parable has its origins in the Greek word parabole, which conveys an example by which a doctrine or precept is illustrated. Another way to express the definition of a parable is an earthly story with a heavenly meaning. We see parables throughout the Bible. Although most of the parables are found in the New Testament in the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, John does not record any of the parables. We also see a few parables in the Hebrew Bible, or what you might call the Old Testament. For example, you might be familiar with the parable the prophet Nathan told to King David when Nathan confronted David about his adulterous relationship with Bathsheba and his scheme to murder her husband Uriah. Nathan told an earthly story to David, but the story had a heavenly meaning. In the parable, a rich man took the only lamb of a poor man to prepare a meal for a guest. After hearing this earthly story, David was furious. Then Nathan explained the heavenly meaning, telling David he was the same as the rich man because he had murdered Uriah and stolen his wife. And David picked up on that meaning and immediately repented of his sins. Like the prophet Nathan, Jesus also used parables, sharing earthly stories with heavenly meaning. The parables of Jesus illustrate important theological concepts about the kingdom of God. Dr. Tony Evans describes in his Bible commentary that Jesus used the familiar, such as farming, to explain an unfamiliar spiritual truth. But there's something interesting about Jesus' use of parables. In Matthew chapter 13, verses 10 through 13, we read, "His disciples came and asked him, 'Why do you use parables when you talk to the people?' He replied, 'You are permitted to understand the secrets of the kingdom of heaven, but others are not. To those who listen to my teaching, more understanding will be given, and they will have an abundance of knowledge. But for those who are not listening, even what little understanding they have will be taken away from them. That is why I use these parables. For they look, but they don't really see. They hear, but they don't really listen or understand." Interesting, right? Jesus used parables to teach, but he was aware not everyone would grasp the meaning of the parables. My study Bible says, Jesus' parables compel listeners to discover truth while at the same time concealing the truth from those too lazy or too stubborn to see it. To those who are honestly searching, the truth becomes clear. As we go through this series on the parables of Jesus, I encourage you to meditate on the parables and ask God to help you understand the meaning of each parable we discuss. But don't just do this for the parables included in this series. Study and meditate on all the parables of Jesus recorded in the New Testament. These parables are a wealth of insight into kingdom principles. I hope this introduction was helpful. Now go check out the video devotional on the first parable in this series, the parable of the farmer scattering seed. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.